And hello YouTube, this is GSmaniamsmart, and I'm taking a brand new video for Gaming with GS. Today's video we're going to be looking at Minecraft, and this is actually going to be the first Minecraft video that I upload on my channel. And this is because I'm going to be creating more Minecraft videos, and I'm actually going to have a Let's Play with my girlfriend and with some of my friends. And when I'm creating these videos, I really don't want to answer comments that ask me, how do you create your Minecraft server? So hopefully I can just link that video then whenever I get that comment. So we're going to be very quick and very simple, very easy to do. It's just a basic Minecraft server. This server will be so you can play with your friends and family. There are several different variations on creating a server, but in future videos I'm actually going to show you what those variations of servers can do and what they actually mean. But right now we're just looking at the basics to get you started. So you have no idea how to set up a server, this video is for you. What you're basically going to need is to go to this website right here, minecraft.net/download. I have the link in the description below. You can go and click that link. It will bring you to the same exact page. You want to go ahead and scroll down to multiplayer server, and there'll be a sentence here that says if you're running on Windows and just want to set up a server easily, download minecraft_server.1.8.8.exe. Now, right now this says 1.8.8 because this is the current version of Minecraft. Future versions of Minecraft, such as 1.8.9, 1.9.0, 2.0, who knows what version they come up with. But future versions of Minecraft, the steps for this will continue to be the same. It's still going to be under here. This version and this method, this method of creating a server has been around for so long now they haven't changed this yet. So just be aware of this. You can do this always. Whenever there's a new version of Minecraft out, you can download the new server. So just go ahead and click this, and it will start downloading the file for you. If you're running on Chrome, it'll be in the bottom left corner. If you're running on Windows, if you're running on Safari, maybe you'll have a pop-up. If you're running on Firefox, you may have a pop-up. If you're running on Explorer, then you may have it on the right side, but you'll have the download somewhere. When it finishes downloading, you want to go ahead and drag that file, drag it onto your desktop, and it'll be right here. Now, for me, it says 1.8.8 with a 1 in parentheses. That's because I've already downloaded this one time. So I'm just gonna go ahead and delete this one. If you have the same problem though, you wanna delete this one because it can mess things up. And so you have it on your desktop now. It should just say version 1.8.8.exe, just like that. The next thing you want to do is right click your desktop, create a new folder, go to new, then go to folder, and you can name this folder whatever you want. It doesn't make a difference. I'm going to name it MC. We're going to drag our folder down and just go ahead and grab that file that you downloaded and drag it inside. Now you open up the folder, you'll have that same file in the folder. Right click it, run as administrator. It may ask you for a password, it may ask you to confirm. Just click yes or type in your password, and you'll see files start to generate here. Now the most important thing currently right now is to accept this EULA, the EULA. To do that, to accept it, you want to right click it, open with, and then Notepad. Now you want to open this with a text editor. So if it opens in Notepad, when you just click open, that's fine, but a text editor you'll need. Change this EULA equals from false to true, like so. Then go up to File, Save. Then you can close it. Now that you have this set to true, you'll see over here, you can see if it's set to true on the right side if you have this little preview window. If not, just make sure you set it to true, otherwise it's not going to work for you. Then want to go back to our Minecraft server file that we downloaded, right click it, run as administrator. You'll get the pop-up window again if you need to enter your password or just type in yes. Now when this opens, you'll see that several files have been generated. This you can just ignore right now. In this little bottom in the window here, you can type in stop, and whenever you type in stop, it will basically close. It may take some time for this to close. Sometimes it'll take a long time, sometimes it won't. But stop basically stops your server and it also closes the window. So the next thing that we need to do is, now that we have our server set up here, these are all of our server files, our world is right here. Well, the next thing we want to do is go into our server properties here. So server properties, once again, open with a Notepad. Sometimes it'll already open with Notepad, but any text editor will do. And here are all of the settings on your server. You can customize your server however you like with these settings. You can change the difficulty, you can enable command blocks, you can set the game mode, max players, if you want to spawn the monsters or not, if you want to spawn the animals or not. Everything here from your server can be edited. Now, if you don't know what a lot of these things mean, I do have a link in the description that brings you to the Minecraft wiki and explains you all of these things that you can change from true to false, or you can add numbers in. You can name your world. You can even get a seed here, enter a level seed. But yeah, if you don't know anything about this, there's a link in the description in the Minecraft wiki that explains you what all these can do and what you can change them to. But the most important thing right now is to go to server IP right here. Now, for server IP, you need to enter your server IP, which is your IPv4 address. You can either press the Windows key and the R key, and that will bring up the run command box, or you can just type what I'm about to type in the search bar on your start button or on your menu bar at the bottom here. It doesn't matter. But the point is, you want to get to the command prompt. So if you have the run box up here, just type in CMD, press OK. Like I said, if you type in CMD here, it'll also pop up. So when you get this black box, what you want to do with this black box is to actually find out your server IP address. And to do that, you're going to type in IP and then config. Altogether, no spaces, no slashes, nothing. Just altogether IP config. And when you press enter, you're going to get a bunch of numbers here. The only numbers we are interested in, though, are these numbers right here. Your default gateway and your IPv4 address. Those are the only two numbers that we're concerned with. So the IPv4 address is actually what you're going to be typing into the server IP here on your notepad. Yours may be different from mine. Yours may be the same as mine. Yours may be 192 dot something. Just copy this over here. You can't copy and paste it, so you may have to make this window smaller, like so, and then bring this down here so you can copy over it. So mine is 10.0.0.7, right? Yeah. And after that, you can go ahead and save this notepad file. Then you can close it. This black window you still need. Now currently your server is set up. You can actually go on your server and start playing it. However, we don't want to do that yet. We want to set it up so our friends can join as well. Now, to do that, the first step is to port forward. This can be a little tricky, but I'm going to try to explain it as best as possible. To port forward, you need to go to your router address. And to get to your router's address, or your router page, you need your black box again, which is the command prompt. And what you need to do is find your default gateway here. It should be something like 192 dot something, maybe it's 10.0.0.1 like mine, but you want to have some numbers with periods in between it, and that's the number you want to type in on your address bar again. So for me it's 10.0.0.1, so that's what I'm going to type in. Just the numbers, no HTTP, no www, so 10.0.0.1. And when I type that in, I'm going to get a login box. For you, the login box may look exactly the same. For you, the login box may look like just a white screen with just a small box in the middle. You're going to get a login box. It may look different. Now for the username and password, if you know your username and you know your password, then just go ahead and type it in and press login. If you don't know username and password, well, you want to go to another website called routerpasswords.com. The link for that will be in the description as well. Now, if you know where your router is in your house, go find your router, look for the manufacturer on your router. It should be written on it somewhere. And when you found your manufacturer, go ahead and find it from here. Now, mine is Netgear. So when you found Netgear here, click Find Password. Now, you also need to know your model number. Your model number should also be on your router. So when you found your model number, find it right here. And on the right side, it'll tell you your username and your password. Now, if you can't find your model number, usually the password is going to be password and the username is admin. That's the most common one. Sometimes your username will be nothing and your password 1234. Sometimes it will just be username or nothing and password is password. I mean, you can try some of these out here and see if they work. but most commonly it's admin and password. Sometimes it's admin and the password is nothing, as you can see, but you can try some of these out if you don't know your model number. So we're done with that now. I know my username and password, so I'm just gonna go and type it in. Admin and the password is password. Now when you log in, your page may look completely different or it may look exactly like mine. However, the steps from here on are the same. You need to find a section that has tabs. My tabs are on the left side here. Maybe your tabs are over the top. Maybe your tabs are on the right side. But you should find something that says advanced settings or apps and gaming or port forwarding. But go to advanced settings. I have advanced settings here. And if you need to press advanced settings again, maybe there is an advanced setting within that advanced tab and you don't see port forwarding it, then click advanced settings again. If you see something like apps and gaming, and then go to port forwarding, but the key thing is you need to find port forwarding. So here's port forwarding for me. When you click that, you have a similar box like mine, or something completely different again. But the button that you're looking for is add service, or add a port, or add port forwarding, or just add. Find a button that has that. So we're going to go ahead and click add service here. Now if you get something that says common services, don't worry about that, just click other. If you don't get that box, don't even worry about it. It's going to ask you for a service name. You can type in whatever here. I'm just going to type in Minecraft. And then for the service type, you're either going to have four things. You're either going to have something that says UDP, TCP, TCP and UDP, or both. The key thing is you need to do this for both TCP and UDP. So if you have something that says TCP and UDP, like mine here, click that. If you have something that says both, click that. If you only have TCP and UDP and they're separate, you're going to have to do this step twice. You're going to have to do it one time for TCP and one time for UDP. All the other information is going to be exactly the same. But the difference is you need to do it for both of these. So I have TCP and UDP. I'm going to click that. Now your server IP address is going to be that same number that you just typed in your notepad file. It's also going to be the same number that's listed under your IPv4 address. So mine is 10.0.0.7. It's already set in here. And for you, you may have to type it in. Now once you've typed it in, or if it's already in for you, you can go ahead and start your editing the starting point and the ending point. Now the starting point is going to be 25565. The ending point is going to be 25565. That's standard. So when you have that in, you can go ahead and click add at the bottom. However, I already have mine added, so I'm not going to click add. As you see, mine's already here. I have my service name, TCP and UDP, then my port 25565, ending port 25565, and my server IP 10.0.0.7. Now, like I said, if you've only done this for TCP, you need to do everything here exactly the same. You need to click add service again. You need to type in the same ports, the same server IP, the same name, and then instead of TCP, use UDP. So it depends if you have something like mine, TCP and UDP, or both, then you can just do it one time. If you have it separately, TCP and UDP separately, you gotta do them 2 times. So this is the hardest part. So you've gotten this far, congrats. You don't need your command prompt anymore, and I've already closed it. Also, if it says enable port forwarding, make sure this is enabled. Sometimes it may be disabled. Most of you probably won't even have this box, but just make sure that it is enabled or it won't work. Now, if we go back to our folder here, what we can now do is we can open our server. We can run as administrator again. And this time our server will actually be ready for us to join because we've set our server IP up, we've set up our port forwarding, and our friends can also join. So let me just give you a demonstration of that. Here's my Minecraft app. So Minecraft's going to start, do its thing, load its stuff. And this window, what this window does, it'll actually show you which players are online. It'll tell you all of your server details here. Here you can also op players and de-op players and kick players, and I'll show you how to do it in a second. But once you're logged in, you can click play at the bottom here, and you want to click multiplayer here, and then this is my server right now, but let me just delete this. Now on this page are all of your servers that you have added or that you have directly connected to or joined. So what you want to do is click add server. That way you don't need to do this step over and over again. And you can name your server. You can name it Minecraft server. You can name it whatever. Then for your server address, you want to type in your IPv4 address, which was that number you typed in the notepad file and the same number you typed in for port forwarding. So I remember mine, it was 10.0.0.7. And when we click done, you'll see our server is online. If it's not online, it's probably because you haven't opened this file right here, or you probably done something wrong. So go back in the video, rewatch it, and make sure you've done everything correctly. So now we can go ahead and join server, and you'll see that we are finally online. And if you go back to your little server file here, you'll see that it says I'm online. Maniamsmart is online for players. Now if you want to opt yourself, you type in /op and then your name, and then in the game here you'll see that I've been opt, and I can change my game mode if I wanted to. And as you can see, we can fly then. So that's how you opt yourself. If you want to de-op, you type in /de-op. You can do the same thing with other players. You know, you just see which player it is online, and you can /op /de-op. You can kick them too with /kick. But there's several things you can do with the server file. Once again, I'll leave a link in the description for all of the commands that you can do if you don't know them. So this is how you log on to your server. Now, how do your friends log on to your server? Let's go ahead and disconnect here. Now, for your friends to log on to your server, what you're going to need is to give them your IP address. Now, be aware, do not give this IP address to random people. Do not give this IP address to people on Facebook or to people that you're advertising your server to. You know, one of the things with creating this type of server is that it's not going to be online for 24 hours. It's only going to be up when you manually open the server. It's not going to be online and up and running the entire time for 24 hours. Another thing is that it's not going to be running off of, you know, a service or another server. It's going to be running off of your computer. It's going to be using your resources. It's going to be using your internet connection. It's going to be using your CPU, your memory. And lastly, you can't give your IP address to tons of people, because people who want to do some bad things to your internet, they can do it with your IP address. So it can be dangerous to give your IP address away to random strangers. Only give your IP address to the people you trust, such as your friends or family or people that you want to play Minecraft with that you trust. Now, if you want to create a server that you can give the IP address to anybody, if you want to advertise your server and let tons of people join, if you want your server to be up and running online 24 hours a day, and if you don't want to use your computer's resources because your computer sucks, or you know, you don't have enough RAM or not enough memory or not enough CPU or not a good enough internet connection, if you want to host your server on a website, you're gonna have to Google that. You're gonna have to Google that, and you may have to pay a little bit as well. So just a disclaimer, if you want your friends to join, this is a perfect server. You don't need to pay anything, and you can just open it up whenever. So how do you find your IP address to give it to your friends? Now we click direct connect. This is where your friends are going to be joining your server. They can also click add server. But when the server address box comes up, they can't type in the IPv4 address. They can't type in 10.0.0.7. Your IPv4 address only works for you. So they need to type in your IP address here. How do you find your IP address? Very simple and easy. Go back to your internet browser, and what you're going to type in is just what is my IP address. And in Google, your public IP address may be listed here. If it's a very long number, it should not be a very long number. Like sometimes it'll be a long number with a bunch of letters in it and a bunch of colons. That's not the right one. The website that I use that usually works is this one right here. And your IP address will be shown where it says your computer's IP address is. And then right now you're going to see a black box because I don't want to give you guys my IP address. But your IP address will be shown underneath here. I will link this website in the description. Now be aware, when you click this link in the description, it may ask you to enter a security code. What you may get is something like this. It will ask you to put a security code. Just copy this down. Your picture may be different from mine, but when you type in 3210 OSO578, click enter, and it'll show your IP address again. This is just for security reasons. It may be different for you. But once you have your IP address, this is the number your friends need to type in. Go ahead and give it to them, tell it to them, copy and paste it to them, whatever. Just make sure they have it. And then we go back to Minecraft here. what they're gonna do is they're gonna paste that IP address in there. So I'm gonna copy and paste mine real quick. And by the way, to copy is Control C, to paste is Control V. So when we paste our IP address in there, say I'm one of my friends and I'm logging into my server, as you see, we're in the same server again. And it will tell us here on our server console that I'm logged in again. And if you want to stop your server, you type in stop, like that, and it will close. So that's pretty much it. And you'll see that your server's closed. So that's pretty much an easy way to set up a server. If you saw my texture pack, I'm going to be making a video how to set up a texture pack as well. And lots of Minecraft videos coming your way. Just give me some time to record them. Hopefully you enjoyed the video. Hopefully you learned how to set up a server. Like I said earlier, if you're looking for a server to be able 24 hours, or you want to give to a bunch of people that you don't want to use your computer's resources with, you have to look for online and pay a little bit of money for them to host your own server. If you're looking for a modded server, I'm going to be creating a tutorial for that very soon. And I'll show you how to install your mods. There is a way to install your mods on this type of server, and if you want to Google it or YouTube it, you can do so. However, it's more difficult than the next method I'm going to show you in another video. The next method I'm going to show you in another video is also a much easier way to set up a server, and it's the method I actually use. But I didn't want to confuse you guys with the alternate version. However, if you're looking for an easy way to set up a server and to manage your server, the modded server actually makes everything a lot easier. So consider looking at that if the video is up already. If not, just wait for it. If you have any questions or comments, leave them in the comment section below, and I'll do my best to answer them. If you have a major question or a major error that a lot of people are getting, and it's a huge topic, then I'll probably make a video for you. It just depends. But I'll see you guys next time. Thank you for watching. I hope that this video helped you out in any way. If you enjoyed this video, please leave a like. It'll really help me out. If you didn't like it, you can leave a comment below as well and give some feedback. If you have any other comments or questions, please leave them in the comments as well. And I usually try my best to answer those comments within the next 24 to 48 hours, depending on how busy I am. I also have plenty of other content on my channel about different gaming tutorials, as well as general gaming videos for Guild Wars 2, League of Legends, Minecraft, and any others that you may be interested in. So if you're interested in that type of stuff, check it out. And if you like what you see, you can subscribe too. Would really appreciate it. You can also check out my other channels and social medias as shown on the screen right now. And with that, thank you so much everyone, and this is GSmaniamsmart, and I'll be back sooner than you think. Don't go anywhere.